Bobby, let's start with you and how the Yankees do. What do they do after Derek Jeter?
Well, you know, the Yankees are a great brand, the greatest brand in baseball, and Derek Jeter's been one of their best products. You know, you mentioned Apple coming out with a new iPhone. Well, Derek Jeter's basically been the iPhone product for the Yankees, as the phone has been for Apple. He's never disappointed. He's always gotten better. Everyone who invested their time and energy in Derek Jeter have had a great experience, and it'll live on forever, but he will definitely be missed.
That's exactly right, which is why, Leo, losing him is going to be such a blow. So what do the Yankees do?
You know, Bobby Valentine, one of my heroes as well, can answer this better perhaps than I can. Derek Jeter's the most graceful player of this generation. He's respectful of the fans. He's respectful of his teammates. He's never been in the news for adverse behavior.
Opposite A-Rod.
Yeah, you know, I think this young man is such a role model. He's a gifted player, and Bobby Valentine knows that better than I do by far. But he is a graceful man, and it will leave the sport with good tastes in everybody's mouth. I don't know if you ever replace that kind of player. You may find somebody with his playing skills. They're wonderful young men coming up.
But should the Yankees have prepared for this moment a bit better? Should they have lined up younger players? I mean, I know they have Masahiro Tanaka, the pitcher, but do they need younger?
Tanaka will be a fine player, I'm pretty convinced. I wish every team had a Derek Jeter as sort of the tent pole for young people to get re-engaged with the game. Watching Derek Jeter play baseball, watching Derek Jeter be a gentleman in society is good for baseball. And they may replace his field skills. They will likely long time before they replace his gracefulness.
Bobby, go ahead.
No, Neil's exactly right. Graceful, consistent. He's been consistently excellent, and that is something you don't replace. Tanaka's not going to do that every fifth day, and the young player's not going to come in and step into those shoes and replace it one for one. But the Yankees will live on, and I think Derek Jeter will live on in a new world, in a new life, exhibiting the same qualities that have made him great in baseball.
Right, but okay, so all I'm hearing right now is how great of a player Derek Jeter is and was, and how much he means to the Yankees. But again, I get back to that point though, Bobby, is, you know, if you were managing the Yankees right now, how do you manage this transition?
Well, he's giving them an entire year to help manage it with this farewell tour, and you know, it's going to have to come from other positions. The Yankees are going to have to redefine themselves. Derek Jeter, the last of four guys who came up together in the mid-'90s, who were the Big Four, and they basically defined this team over the last 2 decades, defined it to their fan base and defined it to the opposition. And now it's up to the Yankees, Joe Girardi, Brian Cashman, and all, to kind of reinvent themselves and put a new product out for the fans to be proud of.
How much do you think Jeter was a part of the valuation of the Yankees? I mean, how much is he going to cost them when he leaves?
Well, he's going to cost them media value because he's so watchable.
Right.
But and we know that when he's been hurt in the past, this last year, that ratings go down when players like Teixeira and Jeter don't play. A-Rod. I think there's a short answer to this. I mean, Jacoby Ellsbury strikes me as a remarkable, wonderful young guy. I think Mark Teixeira has shown a lot of the same values that Derek Jeter portrays. What Bobby is talking about is Jeter came up from the farm system and has been a Yankee the entirety of his career. Those days need to come back into baseball, where you re-engage with your team because you've seen the player from their earliest days until their retirement. A sport built purely on trades later in a player's career are harder on the fans. It's the same in basketball. It's harder to engage in professional baseball and professional basketball when the players turn over with great rapidity.
Bobby, would you agree with that?
Oh, I agree totally. It's the goal of all major league teams. It's just very difficult to not only find the young players and develop them, but to keep them. Derek Jeter has been a Yankee his entire career. And remember, 20 years ago, he replaced someone at shortstop. I don't remember who he replaced. And, you know, I'm not sure that everyone was heralding Derek at the time to be the guy who would be there 20 years later. So let's see how it evolves. Things always have a way of working out, I believe, and it seems like they've always worked out for the Yankees anyway.